When you've been in love long enough, you start believing that some people are simply incapable of betrayal. That was me, hopelessly loyal, almost naively so. I thought loyalty was something you earned through consistency, not something that could be stolen through secrecy. I used to look at Ethan Mallory and think, here's a man who doesn't play games. That illusion shattered with a single tap on a glowing screen. Ethan and I had been together for 3 years. We met at a mutual friend's rooftop party, the kind where fairy lights and cheap champagne make everyone look like a promise. He wasn't the loudest in the room, but when he looked at me, it felt like he was tuning out the noise to hear just my thoughts. He worked in finance, methodical, focused, reliable. His calm balanced my creative chaos. I worked in digital design, running freelance campaigns for small brands, which meant my phone was practically an extension of my hand. That should have been my advantage, right? You'd think a woman who lived online would spot digital deceit a mile away, but love blinds better than filters ever could. Ethan didn't care much for social media. That's what he told me anyway. I just don't see the point, he'd say whenever I'd tag him in a story or try to take a selfie together. I'm private, we know that. And I did, or thought I did. Whenever I teased him about being a ghost online, he'd smile and kiss my forehead, saying, "The best things don't need to be posted." I liked that. It felt mature, real, until it wasn't. It started one rainy Thursday evening. I was working late, editing visuals for a client campaign. My laptop was open, music low, and my phone buzzed with a notification. One of those random people you may know suggestions from Instagram. The name hit me like static. Ethan M. The profile picture was a blurred cityscape, but something about the username, @EthMInMotion, snagged my attention. It couldn't be him. Ethan always said he didn't even have the app. I clicked it anyway. The account was private, but the profile bio read, "Just moments worth remembering." I stared at it for a full minute. Then I did what any rational, insecure girlfriend in 2025 does. I made a new account. My burner profile looked harmless, like any random travel lover with stock photos and vague captions. I sent the follow request. 20 minutes later, it was accepted. My hands went cold before I even opened the feed. There he was, my Ethan, laughing, smiling, looking at someone else like she was the sun he'd been orbiting all along. Her name was Tessa Valen. She had a perfect smile, one of those faces that seem to belong on magazine covers. The captions under their photos were nauseating. "Weekend escapes with you, huh? 2 years strong. Can't believe I get to love you. 2 years." My chest tightened. I scrolled faster, each photo another gut punch. The cabin getaway he said he took with friends, the beach trip he told me was a company retreat, even the restaurant where we celebrated my last birthday. Only this time, it was her sitting across from him. The same background, same wine glass, same smile. That's when I stopped breathing. The timestamps were clear. The lies weren't vague misunderstandings. They were overlapping timelines, overlapping lives. I didn't cry, not at first. The shock was too raw, too clean. It felt surgical, like my emotions had been anesthetized. But anger? Anger burned fast. I didn't want to scream. I didn't want to throw things. I wanted precision. I wanted him to feel the same twisting dissonance I was feeling. I wanted exposure. For once, I didn't want to be quiet about what someone did to me. I thought about messaging her, the girl in those pictures, but no, that would make me look desperate, and I wasn't desperate. I was deliberate. So I came up with something better. The next evening, Ethan came over, casual as ever, carrying takeout. He kissed my cheek like nothing had happened. I stared at him. The man who had another woman's lipstick probably still faintly staining his jacket collar, and smiled back. "Rough day?" he asked, unwrapping his noodles. "Something like that," I said, forcing my tone light. "Oh, and by the way, I finally found you on Instagram." His hand froze midair. "What?" I tilted my head, pretending confusion. "Your account, @EthMInMotion. Cute handle." He set the chopsticks down slowly. I don't know what you're talking about. That denial came too easily, too practiced. I smiled, a real one this time, sharp and knowing. You should check your phone, Ethan. He frowned, unlocking it. The screen lit up. The color drained from his face as he saw the flood of notifications. Because I'd already commented on every photo, every single one. Beautiful! He took me to the same place last month. Such a cute couple. I recognize that necklace. He bought me one too. Oh, this cabin. We made pancakes there. It was glorious. And cruel. The comments weren't angry. They were cheerful, dripping with sincerity. That made them even more lethal. The internet loves drama disguised as sweetness. Within hours, people were noticing. Likes, replies, and shocked emojis flooded in. I didn't even need to tag him. The algorithm did the rest. Tessa's account, unlike his, wasn't private. I could see her stories that night, little snippets of confusion, her reposting screenshots of my comments with the caption, WTF. Then another, someone tell me this is a joke. The next day, Ethan showed up at my apartment, pale and furious. What the hell did you do? He demanded. You lied to me for years, I said quietly. I just introduced the truth to your audience. You ruined my relationship. No, Ethan, I said, standing my ground. You ruined both of ours. I just made sure we had matching headlines. His jaw clenched. You're insane. No, I said, meeting his eyes. I'm thorough. He stormed out, slamming the door so hard that one of my picture frames fell off the wall. I didn't pick it up. For the first time in weeks, the silence in my apartment felt honest. By that evening, his secret account was gone, deleted, vanished like none of it ever existed. But the screenshots didn't vanish. The internet had already done what the internet does, immortalized it. Tessa posted a statement the next day. Thank you to everyone who reached out. I had no idea. I'm walking away. I didn't comment. I didn't need to. The story had already been told, and I was done performing in his narrative. But that's not where it ended, because betrayal has ripples. A month later, I started getting DMs from strangers, mostly women, sharing eerily similar stories. Hidden accounts, double lives, men who used privacy as a weapon. Some of them thanked me. You did what I wish I could have done. That hit me harder than any revenge ever could. I realized what I'd done wasn't just petty payback. It was exposure of a pattern too many people ignored. So I turned it into something more. I launched a page called Unfiltered Truths. It wasn't about naming names. It was about reclaiming narratives. People sent in their stories. I edited them anonymously, and we posted them with the hashtag #NoMoreHiddenLives. Within 3 months, it exploded. News outlets wrote about it, psychologists weighed in on digital trust and deception. Even Instagram's official account liked one of our posts about emotional transparency. It was poetic justice. The same platform he used to hide became the one I used to reveal. One day, I got an email from Tessa. Short, polite. Thank you for the truth. It hurt, but it freed me too. I stared at the message for a long time before replying. We both deserved honesty. Take care. And that was that. Ethan tried to reach out months later. The classic, can we talk? Text. I didn't reply. The closure I needed wasn't in his words. It was in my silence. Because this time, my story didn't end with heartbreak or humiliation. It ended with ownership. I wasn't the girl who discovered betrayal. I was the woman who turned it into empowerment. Sometimes I still think about that night I found his secret account, how my hands shook, how my heart sank. But then I remember the comments I wrote, that playful, cutting, fearless tone. That was the moment I stopped being afraid of the truth. It's funny how the same app that once made me doubt myself became the tool that restored my confidence. Every time I open Instagram now, I remember that power. Not in the likes or the views, but in the ability to control the narrative, to decide how the story ends. And maybe that's what betrayal really teaches you, that you can't stop people from lying, but you can stop pretending it doesn't hurt. You can expose it, transform it, own it. I scroll through unfiltered truths sometimes, reading the stories of strangers who sound a little like me. Each one ends differently, but they all share one thing: survival. And in that, there's something beautiful. Not the curated, filtered kind of beauty, the real kind. The kind born from pain, refined by truth. The kind that doesn't need a caption.
You've just stepped into her revenge side, where every wound finds its justice, and every silence ends with truth. If her story struck a chord, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Your support keeps these stories alive. Another secret waits in the next video. See how her revenge begins.